What's up guys, this is Top Tier Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm Antwan Steele. Today I want to show you guys some Kozmo duel videos. We're going to be using a Tincan turbo build. I want to put the deck profile for this somewhere on the screen right about here. And so let's get into the duel. So we're going first and we open up the ideal hand. We have Dark Destroyer, a pilot, and then some traps. So we have Farm Girl, Destroyer, Kozmojo, Town, and Strike. We're going to go ahead and go into our Strawman play by using Destroyer to pop itself to get Strawman to get Destroyer so it gets destroyed in the end phase so we can get a Tincan. Then we're going to use Kozmo Town to bring back the Farm Girl, shuffle it back into the deck, and hopefully we can draw into another trap. And luckily we draw Anti-Spell Fragrance, so we set that, Strike, and the Kozmojo, and then during the end phase, we go into Tincan. So then with Tincan's effect, we're going to reveal an Eclipser, Slip Rider, and Destroyer, just because we want some big bodies on board, and then, you know, Eclipser's good, and that's what gets added to the hand. And now we flip Anti-Spell Fragrance, and at this point, he can't make any moves, so he scoops up his cards. Going to game 2. He had 15 cards in the extra deck, and he couldn't do anything around Anti-Spell Fragrance, so I'm going to assume he's playing DracoPals. And so in that case, I'm going to side in 1 Anti-Spell Fragrance, and then 3 Maxis. I'm going to side up some of the traps because I'm going to assume I'm going second here. Let's see what happens. He's still siding. Okay, cool. So game 2, we open up 2 pilots, 2 ships, 1 called the Haunted. He starts off with the Draco face-off, and he gets he's going to get Luster Pendulum. He puts the Ariadne in the Pendulum Zone, and then uses Lusters to search another one. I'm going to add Strike to his hand. I should have added Solemn Warning, because I have Call the Haunted. And so the only difference against Kozmo between Strike and Solemn Warning is that if he plays Solemn Warning on this normal summon of a pilot, it's going to go to the graveyard. If you play Strike when I chain the effect, or not when I chain, but when I use the effect, it'll be banished. So that's the big difference where it's going after he negates the effect or the summon. And since I've called the Haunted, I'd prefer to have my pilots in the graveyard, but I choose Strike. And he's going to go ahead and Pendulum Summon all of his stuff, pop his Scales with Sorcerer, and then proceed to trigger the other Ariadne effect. I'm going to give him Scolding just so he can't set both of them at the same time, since Scolding has to be the only set card in your spell or trap card zone to be used. Then go into Monkey Board, using that to search a Pendulum Sorcerer. Then he's gonna go into Dinister, then Magister. Use the Magister to bring back the Luster Pendulum. Use that in Ariadne to summon Ignister. Now he's gonna use Ignister's effect to special summon a Master Pendulum from his deck, and only set 1 back row, and then search Archfiend the Sentry. So because he set 1 back row, I'm gonna assume it's Scolding, which can negate normal summons. And so looking at my hand, I've got only normal summons and ships, so I can't really do too much, and so I decide to just give him that game and then go on to game 3, not waste any time. So since I'm going to choose to go first game 3, I'm going to side back in my traps, and so game 3 I open up Twin Twisters, Kozmojo, Solemn Strike, Destroyer, and Veiler. So I'm going to set the Twister and the Strike so maybe I can pop his Scales and then negate a Pendulum Summon. And then I keep Kozmojo in hand just so I have something to discard, because if I draw a pilot next turn, Destroyer is going to be really good. So he plays Draco face-off after Painful Decision, searching Master. And from the Draco face-off, I get him a Luster Pendulum, so that's not good. This is already bad. So he summons Joker, and I think about maybe using the Veiler or the Strike. Something maybe, if I can strike that, maybe it just kind of ends his turn. But I really want to save it for a Pendulum Summon, and this could have been the mistake that I made in this game, but we'll see. So he goes ahead and searches Silverclaw, and then goes into Ignister. And then I don't know why I just don't Veiler this up front, but I allow him to get a Master Pendulum. This game is full of misplays. I don't know what I was thinking. So then after he summons Master, I'm like, oh wait, I should have Veilered it. So I do. So he plays Archfiend Eccentric, and luckily he doesn't hit my Solemn Strike. When he goes for the Pendulum Summon, take a look at his extra deck, and I don't even know why I look. I'm going to strike whatever he summons. And so I do, and he just attacks for 2850. So this puts me on a 1-turn clock. I have to draw well, but then I draw a Max C. I would have, if this was a good witch, I would have won this game because I could attack over both. I could attack over Ignister, summon Destroyer, pop the other one, tag direct with Destroyer, have the Mojo to banish one of his Scales, and I could be set for a whole nother turn. Or even I could have, popped both of his Scales. That would have been cool. But, it happens. I try to kind of bluff out and kind of hope he doesn't pendulum summon, just in fear for me drawing. Some people do that, you know. You play Max C and they just kind of get scared to do anything, but he's got some balls. He goes ahead and special summons his monsters, and then I just give him the game. So in this game, we open up very good. We've got a pilot, we've got Destroyer, and then we may not have traps, but we do have Veiler, and that's, you know, hand trap, so it works. So we're gonna make our Destroyer Strawman play. So we're gonna summon the Dark Destroyer, use the effect on itself. It's gonna float into a Strawman, summon that in defense, of course. Then use Strawman's effect to get back the Dark Destroyer. Then during the end phase, Dark Destroyer is gonna get destroyed. We're gonna be able to float into a tin can. Awesome. Now we're gonna pay the cost for Tin Can's effect. 500, worth it. So we're gonna send Slip Rider, Dark Eclipser, and Dark Destroyer. He ends up adding a Dark Eclipser to my hand. Fine by me. I've still got the Slip Rider and the Veiler, so I'm feeling pretty good about this turn. He plays a painful decision. He's going to dump a Master to add another Master Pendulum, the Draco Slayer, set Luster and Master. Then I'm going to chain Tin Can's effect, pop the Luster, but it doesn't matter, he has a Gi Turtle. He's going to Pendulum summon to the Armageddonite, Vector, and the Luster Pendulum, then using Armageddonite to send the Solemn Strike to the graveyard. Now he's going to sing for Ignister, and unlike the last game, I'm going to Veiler this one right off the back, so I'm not losing to an Ignister again. That ain't happening, boy. So now he pretty much can't get over the Slip Rider. But he does have the Zephyros in the graveyard, so he can go into Castell, and that can get over Slip Rider. But he's going to try to attack first, and when he tries to attack over the Strawman, I'm going to summon my Eclipser. Main phase 2, he goes for the Castell, which resolves. Next turn, I draw exactly what I need. Kozmojo, perfect. I summon the Good Witch to attack over the Castell, and then Eclipser to attack over the Ignister. Set the Kozmojo. Everything's going pretty smoothly this duel. He's gonna summon an Armageddonite, use the effect to send Shadow Dragon, targeting my back row. But now I'm gonna chain the Kozmojo, destroying my Eclipser, banishing his Gi Turtle, and then searching Dark Destroyer. So now if he plays another scale, I can use Good Witch's effect to pop that. And by pop that, I mean summon Destroyer, Destroyer's effect, float in the Slip Rider, then use Slip Rider to destroy the scale. I'm going to hit the Gi Turtle again because I want to consistently hit his high scales, I guess, at this point. Just going to attack over that. I draw into Call the Haunted. Perfect, because I have another one in the graveyard. He sets a back row. I bring back the Slip. And then he admits defeat on that one. I'm assuming he's going to go first again, so I'm going to side in the Max C, side out some traps. And then once again, I'm going to put the deck profile for this on the screen right above. Be sure to click on that, check it out. Called it, he's going first. And I open up Tin Can, Twin Twisters, Kozmo Town, Farm Girl, and Veiler. He reveals that he has Draco Face Off, but then he just sets a monster. And so I'm thinking, you know, what monster could he have that's, you know, worth setting? And so I shuffle 2 back to my deck and maybe draw something, because I don't want to take any chances of that. I'm just going to play defensively here. I've got the hand traps to play defensively, so I'm going to. So I'm just going to normal summon the Tin Can. Going to set the Twin Twisters, pay the calls for Tin Can, dump the same targets, Slip Rider, Eclipser, Destroyer. I like sending those 3 because Slip Rider and Destroyer are both +1s, but then Eclipser is something that's going to make him go into Ignister. And since I have the Veiler, I'm not really too worried about Ignister right now. So that's why I choose those 3. He ends up adding the Destroyer to my hand. Perfect. His set monster was the Shadow Dragon. That sucks. He's going to bounce my back row. Fine by me. Then he's going to try to attack. I'm going to summon the Destroyer. And here I could have destroyed the Destroyer and, you know, done some funny business. But I decided to just keep the Destroyer on the board in order to, you know, create some pressure. He flips a Iron Wall, but I've already got the Destroyer, so I don't need to play around Iron Wall. I've got what I need. So I add the Tin Can back to my hand, then shuffle it and Forerunner to my deck. And draw into another Twin Twisters and another Max C. So I can get rid of that Iron Wall anytime I want, but I'd rather destroy, you know, actual traps than destroy just one Iron Wall. I'm really more worried about Solemn Strike, Scolding, Warning, those things. I've already got the Max C's and the Veilers, so I really don't need to do too much this game. He just sets another monster, and I'm going to go ahead and shuffle that Forerunner back. I don't want Forerunner. I do want Slip Rider because I can always just tribute the Dark Destroyer for Slip Rider to destroy, any sort of trap if I need to. So that's why I keep that, but I don't need anything else. I've already got the Twin Twisters too. So I end up attacking into a Guiding Ariadne. He's going to use the effect, which is fine. I've got double Twin Twister and Slip Rider, so go ahead. I'm going to get you the Solemn Strike, again, because that's going to leave my monsters banished. And I'd rather have them banished than in the graveyard. Even though I do have the Call of the Haunted, Kozmo Town's a little more resilient, and so since I have that, I want them to be banished. He's going to play Instant Fusion, so one of these maxis is going to come in handy finally. He only has one level 4 monster in the graveyard, that being Shaddoll Dragon. I draw in the Cosmojo. He sets 2, and then a monster. Then Norden is destroyed. Now I'm going to Twin Twister both of those back row. One's a strike, one's a Draco face-off, and that right there ends the game. So, thanks for watching, guys. Once again, I'm going to put the deck profile up on the screen so you can go and check that out. I appreciate it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Give me any sort of tips on what you'd like to see, any sort of improvements that I can make. I'd really appreciate it. So thanks, guys. I'm out.